Hi, it's Linda from Creative PLR, and today I want to talk about easy alphabets. And you're probably thinking to yourself, like, well, alphabets are already pretty easy. I just insert a text box and I type what I want, and, I use one of my favorite fonts, and they're already easy. But, what if you want to create stickers out of alphabets? Or, instead of just using an alphabet, because not only do we have letters, we have uppercase letters, lowercase letters, punctuation, we have, on your keyboard, you have a bunch of symbols that you could use. You also have numbers, which would be great for kids' activities to make large numbers. So if they're learning to count, you can make little posters with large numbers. Or large letters, they're learning their alphabet. So we get started by entering a text box, and I'm working with an 8.5-inch slide here, only because it fits nicely on the screen. That's why, and you can see all of my my whole menu here, and nothing's hidden, and I don't have to keep scrolling. So we're going to save our finished product individually as pictures, not the slides anyway, so it's not going to matter. So I'm going to insert a text box, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make an A, and you can tell it's a font, and right now it's at 18, and I'm going to bump it up to 96, and this is a great use for all those fonts you've been collecting. So if you're like me, you probably have quite a few. You have some favorites you use, and then some you get tired of, and some that go out of style. And okay, so I like a big block font because what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it with paper. And if I use a script font that's like really narrow, not much of my paper is going to show. So, but I'm also going to do it with a script alphabet in a few minutes to show you what it looks like. So I'm using this, okay, and so it doesn't matter what size it is. I'm going to make this big enough so that it fills the whole slide. So the next thing I do, once I have the font that I like, and I am going to go over and insert a picture, and it doesn't matter what color the paper is. You could use plain white paper if you want, but you need to insert something to get this technique to work. And so I'm going to highlight my letter first, and then I'm going to put my finger on Shift and highlight my paper. And they're both selected. I'm going to go up to Shape Format, and see this button that says Merge Shapes? I'm going to click that button, and I've had people, in fact, I've had this argument with people. They say the way to do this is to combine or intersect. But when you click on this, you see combine, you see intersect, you see, what else do you see? You see union. I like to use subtract, okay? And you're probably thinking like, well, it didn't do anything. It's still a big black A. It's a nice font, but Linda, it did nothing. But look, is it really a font? Because before, I couldn't do this. It's now a shape, okay? And I can take this shape, and you know what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to put an outline on it, and I'm going to bump it up, and I'm going to make it 4.5. And you can see that it's, if I move it over, you can see it does have a white outline. And for those of you who aren't paper crazy like I am, you could go up here and you could make a whole bunch of alphabet stickers by just, putting a color on it, and they are pretty colors. But I think I'm going to fill mine with paper. So I'm going to go over and click Picture from a file. Now it does matter, the paper that I choose. And so I don't remember what that one is, but we're going to put it up there and see what it looks like. Oh, it's pretty. Okay, I like it. Now, I think the white outline things, after I got to thinking about it, I think that goes back to the days when I first started buying stickers. And they all had a white outline, and then people started coming out with tips and how to get that white outline, and I just thought that's the thing to do. But if you don't want a white outline, if you want a red outline or a purple outline or any color outline you want, you just go for it. Okay, so I'm going to save this, save it as a picture, and I'm saving it as a PNG, and I'm going to use a really good tool for this. I'm going to say A. That's A, and because it is A. Okay. And so let's do a script letter, and so you can see how that works too. You can use it with any font you have. It really doesn't make a difference. And on this, I'm going to actually make my font white. So as we're doing this, you can see, and I'm going to make it, okay, I wasn't going to do X, but I'll do X because that's what my finger hit instead of the B. I'm going to make the X a little bit larger, only because so I can see it easily. Okay. Because as you saw, I can change the size of it once I've converted it to a shape. I can change the size of it easily, so it's not going to matter. Now, but I am going to go find a pretty script font for you. This is the part that's going to take all day. If it isn't the taking, forever to find the right paper, it's taking forever to find the right font. And I do have a fondness for Lucinda handwriting, but I don't want to use that one. Let's see. It just, well, it could be maybe that it's an X, why it doesn't look right. Okay, well, that's kind of pretty. Okay, so you can see what I meant about it being narrow, because what's going to happen when I convert this to a shape, the paper's not going to show that much. So, but we're going to try it, and we're going to see what it looks like. And, and you don't like it, you just do another one. It's not the end. Maybe I want to do a B there after all. There we go. Oh, I like that so much better than the X. If your initial is X, I apologize. I'm going to put my finger on the Shift key, and now I'm going to select my paper so they're both selected. And then I'm going to go up here to Shape Format with my finger still on the Shift key. And I'm going to go over to this button on the left that says Merge Shapes. I'm going to scroll down to Subtract, and I'm going to hit it. Okay. And, there we go. There's our B. And when I enlarge it, and I do like to enlarge them. Oh, there, that paper is there. I do like to enlarge the letters. First of all, it helps to see when I'm putting the paper in, and it also helps. It just helps. It's easier for me. Okay. And, when I'm saving it as an image, I'm saving the larger size. And so that if somebody gets this as a sticker and they want to make it a little bit larger, they don't have to worry about it pixelating because it was created in a large size. So this is probably a good 6 inches. And, it was created in a large size. It's not going to pixelate. It's not going to lose clarity. So I'm going to go over here, and now I'm going to say, Shape Format, Shape Fill, Picture. And let's see if I can find something. I really liked that one. I really like that solid, but I do like a subtle pattern. And because it's on a dark background, you're going to be able to see the outline easier. And so you can see, now what happens is when you don't have much room and you've got the heavy outline, it kind of overtakes the pattern a little bit. So I'm going to bump it down just a hair until I see that I can actually see a little bit more of my paper. Okay. Now, as I said, when you've got a script letter and it's narrow, you're not going to see as much of the paper, but you do see the texture, and it does make it a little bit more interesting. And, another thing that you can do, and we didn't do this on the A, but another thing that you can do, since you're seeing so very little of the paper, you can open up your formatting screen and see this button that says Tile the Picture. Okay, if you hit that button, and it actually works, PowerPoint's very slow today, it does tile it a little bit so that you see a little bit more of the texture, and that helps. So then again, you would say this is Picture, and I'm going to call this one, B. Okay. Now, obviously, I couldn't sell that. Oh, B already exists. Yeah, I'm gonna fix it. Okay. So you couldn't sell this A that we made and the B as a set because they're completely different. But you could do a set with all A's and this pretty paper, or even alternate the colors of the paper in in that design. And so I hope this was fun, and you're going to start creating alphabets and sell them as stickers with your planners. Make word make wall art, make posters, make all kinds of things using this technique. And until next time,